that Professor Barbara Sabitzer agreed to give a talk about AI in higher education. So we're looking about both best practices in teaching and in research. I'm very much looking forward. She's a professor in the School of Education, Instructional Technology is the title of her professorship, I think. And she knows a lot about AI, about didactics. We've done a couple of projects together, the business school project. So we had a funded project by the business school about new ways of learning programming. And the talk today will be about a super new topic that is highly looked at currently, which is artificial intelligence and how it actually impacts our daily life.
Okay, thank you very much for introducing me. Yes, my name is Barbara Sabitzer. I'm a person with several feet. So I originally was a language teacher. I taught 4 foreign languages. And I taught computer science for about 20 years at a higher education vocational school. I'm a psychologist and IT consultant, and now I'm professor for instruction technology and responsible for the future for the prospective computer science teachers at school. And AI in higher education, so AI using AI in education is one of my favorite topics. For a year now, I'm testing several tools in several areas, be it in education, but also in for small enterprises, in coaching, and so on. And I'm glad to be here today and to tell you what I found, what I did. This is more a practical talk, not a really scientific talk. Sure, I have some references, but I would like to give you an overview of how we can use AI in which concepts, in which situations, and show you some practical things, show you some tools that I use in my daily life. So here the overview. I would like to talk about AI in general, only some basics, and tell you how to deal with AI to get good results, and show some examples of teaching and research. Yeah, some basics. When we talk about AI today, I mean generative AI, and ChatGPT is also there in the headline. Generative AI is only a small part of AI that is based on many informations, on many data, and every tool that uses generative AI is built on a large language model, is pre-trained. That's what is in GPT, generative pre-trained transformer, and uses all the data to generate new data, be it language or videos or audio or pictures or whatever. And ChatGPT is a chatbot, which is based on a large language model called GPT. And the chatbot uses language. It can analyze, understand, and generate language, and is pre-trained. The knowledge cut-off of ChatGPT is April 2023. So if you want to have newer information, then you won't get it by ChatGPT. ChatGPT is there because it's currently, in my opinion, if you have the Plus account, it's really the best friend at work, be it in education or in the research or also in my enterprise. So it can do everything. And you have the possibility of creating your own custom GPTs where you can upload your data, maybe course materials or so on, and then the chatbot really works on this special data and information. That's me taking some technology. Does it work? No, that's my computer. That's the presentation effect, isn't it? Okay. Okay, hopefully it works now. Yeah, okay. So what can we see already in research findings? Generative AI and ChatGPT and other tools like that can improve student learning outcomes, can increase motivation and engagement, can support teachers in their work so we can reduce our workload if we do it in a good way, and increase effectiveness. We can stimulate critical thinking, creativity among the students in the best case. We can create curricula or learning activities, teaching materials, sample solutions, and so on. And what is also really good is you can have individualized feedback. So you can create personalized learning environments. You can adapt your course materials so that everyone can deal with that. You can create, for example, from one input, from one text or so, you can create several versions, one in German, one in English, or one for the normal student, and one maybe for highly gifted students with more ideas of continuing these tasks. Yeah. Sure, we can do everything, everywhere, and solve every task, but we have to consider some ethical points. I think we have to take in account things like copyright, transparency, legal matters. There are some risks because people don't always use ChatGPT as they should. And in a legal way, it offers, unfortunately, more possibilities. And plagiarism, or sometimes there is a lack of originality if someone relies on ChatGPT in writing and other things. So there are ethical considerations, and we should have them in mind when we create materials. Yeah, I've said ChatGPT and other AI tools can do everything, and that's true, but we have to give them the right instructions, because AI is not an individual. It has no own intelligence or consciousness. So it does what we tell. And that is what we are doing when we give prompts. Prompts are the instructions for AI. And the more precise we give the prompts, the better results we will get. Here you can see the structure of such a mega prompt. When you want to have a good result, you tell the AI first which persona it should take. So should it be a professor? Should it be a student? Should it be other people? Then we have to describe the task, maybe some steps and how to complete the task. And we should give context. Maybe when we create teaching materials, we tell them, for first year of bachelor in programming courses without any conditions and so on. And then we write down the goal of the product or the content that it should create. And at the end, also the output. So how would we like to get the result? Would we like to have a table or a text or a picture and so on? Here is an example of teaching. So you are a teacher of subject, whatever, help me plan a lesson. The learning objective is, and each lesson has 45 minutes and so on. So we give the context. And we tell also, give us a table. And also the columns here. And what I should add here is the best results come when we enter the prompts in English language. it is better to write down all in English, the prompts and so on, get the results in English, and then translate them if we need them in another language. Sure, we can talk with ChatGPT or other tools in German, it works. Sometimes it works really good, but not always. And so sometimes it's better using English. Once again, this structure. On the right hand, you see it's a website where you can get several prompts for education. There are sample prompts and you can take them, use them, adapt them for your intentions.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, what to say? Sure, we get the presentation. Here the same for academic work, so for academic writing or for research papers or data analysis. Some examples. Yeah, so we can do everything that we want, but we have to be careful and pay attention to useful, meaningful AI. Is it really necessary to do that and useful? Because sometimes we need more time when we use ChatGPT than we do it on our own. Take care of security, privacy, copyright, and so on. So now we come to practice. Here's a nice picture created by ChatGPT and DALL-E, the graphic tool. And it's really great. You can get great pictures, but you can see I wanted to have here personalizing content. That's what doesn't work really well at the moment. So this DALL-E cannot really work well with text and picture at the same time. Use cases for education. I can summarize this nice picture everywhere. Every task that we have as teachers, being preparing lessons, doing lessons, supporting students, grading and assessment, and so on. Also the organization, the personal, professional development, and so on. We can solve everything with generative AI or with ChatGPT Plus and others. ChatGPT Plus is really the all-rounder. There is a free account which really works well already. It's the GPT 3.5. You can do many things, but if you want to use all the plugins and the new custom GPTs, if you want, for example, to create a video from GPT on, then you should use the Pro, I don't know, it's a Pro account, yeah, but it costs about $20 per month. And it is really, yeah, powerful. So you can really do everything. On the right side, you see some examples of educational tools in there, custom GPTs. So what I do, I create tasks because I want to offer more possibilities for my students, not only the obligatory tasks, but some other tasks, sometimes easier, sometimes more complicated, so that I can reach every student there, even in a heterogeneous group. And there, ChatGPT really helps. This is an example from computer science. So I created a task for, well, a task, it's more as a task sheet for programming with Java. I created the text in ChatGPT, also the sample solution, and then I copied the sample solution to an online compiler where I could see if the program really runs and it works. And then I developed a how-to instruction, step-by-step instruction, also by AI. This tool, GuideCom, is really helpful everywhere where you have step-by-step solutions in your subjects. That works automatically, so you start that, and every step you do on your computer or in this window is recorded. And not only recorded, but it also describes the steps. Click on and continue and so on. And then you have some, I think it's 5 minutes or so, you can adapt that so that it is really good German or good English, or every step is there. Another tool that you can use everywhere in the browser is Harbor AI. That is a browser extension that helps you summarizing, translating, reducing, extending the text on the website. You can start it in a browser, or you can start it in a PDF document that you have opened in the browser. And that is really helpful on the one hand for reading and summarizing when you read scientific literature, that works too. But it's also really helpful in language education. You can simplify the text. You can read really complicated journals, and the students can then, on the right side, can summarize, take away, or can reduce the text and simplify it. So you can really understand every language and do not have to change the window or need a dictionary. And that works also with videos in YouTube. You can use Harbor AI to get takeaways from videos. This is a video of Digitale Profis. These are two persons who are really, really good in explaining AI tools and news in AI and so on. I can really recommend them. Another point is creating fast courses. Maybe for offering an overview on a subject or a topic. This is called EdApp. It's browser-based, so you can open the website, can tell the tool, please create a course with a topic aligned education or whatever. And then you can create it by AI. So you have nothing to do. You can see, wait, read, and you will get one lesson in the first step. And then you can extend it. You can add other lessons. You can then, it's the next slide. That's the board where you can work. So on the left side, you see the lesson and the points that I've also, already created. In the middle, you have the preview. The course will be created for all devices, so you can have them on smartphones, on tablets, or on desktop, which is really practical for students who could have it on their phone and learn in between courses or so. And on the right side, you can edit the course. You can edit everything, change the text, change the pictures, and so on. Fast presentations. We all need presentations very often, and GammaF is such a tool that helps us do that. If you can create presentations by AI, only entering a topic, then it proposes a structure. You can adapt that, and then you get the presentation. And I've really done many presentations there. It works really well. Sure, for more general topics, if you have specific information that you want to have in the presentations, then you can also use GammaF. You can upload your information in form of PDF, I think also PowerPoint, and tell the tool, please create a presentation only based on my data, on my information, on my documents. And that works really well. The layout is top, and also the text. Yeah, if you want to deliver them or disseminate your presentations, you can add voices, you can add text to speech. 11 Labs is currently, I think, the best tool, at best, I say the best free tool. The advantage again to others is that this tool is multilingual. You always have to choose a language, and if you have German, for example, and there are some English words, then the pronunciation is not good in other tools. Here you have a multilingual tool, so it works really well. And in the pro version, which costs €5 or $5 per month, you can add your own voice. You have to upload 2 minutes of your own voice. And then it creates text or audio with your voice in several languages. So, so you can speak perfectly Russian or whatever you want to. Also great for language teaching. And it's the best for language teaching if you can, for example, create sample dialogues with ChatGPT. And then add the text to 11 labs, and you can assign different voices. So you have the feeling that there are really 2 or 3 persons talking together. The next tool, Visla, is a video tool. You can use it in a browser or in an app. You can record videos, you can record the screen, and create videos also by AI. It's a plugin or a custom GPT for ChatGPT, so you can say, ChatGPT, please create a video on the topic XY, and then you will get the text, and it opens itself the tool Visla and creates the video. And then you can edit in Visla, in the tool, you can add subtitles, for example. Here you can see the editing, the editor of Visla. On the right side, you have the text created by ChatGPT. You can take it or you can edit it. You can also change the pictures. In the free version, you see you see iStock or so on the pictures. It doesn't come in mind the word.
In Edge.
Yeah, thanks. And but you can change that all. And if you really need many videos, it would be interesting to have a pro account, I think.
So, sorry, just from my understanding, it's a moving pictures. This is not a set of static pictures, a moving picture, actual
Yeah,
video.
that also is, yeah.
Mhm.
With text.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really perfect for explainer videos, for short explainer videos. You cannot make videos of 20 minutes, that's not really the best then, but short explainer videos. And it's not only a help for us as a teacher, it's also a help for students, and it can enrich our lessons because we can give other homework to the students. We can tell them, please create videos on topic X and so on. So teaching gets more creative.
And from where does it take the footage? So I mean, obviously, if a person's involved,
Yeah.
who decides on what the ethnicity of this person is, for example? You can calibrate this, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Very
then
great.
show me only, I don't know.
It shows me a draft. So
A draft, okay.
make me a video, then I get a draft.
Then
If it's okay,
iterative.
then, yeah, and then I can change.
Mhm.
I have the possibility to change. First, I think it takes all the stock videos, but then it asks when I want to export it. Then it asks me, would you like to continue? You need Pro, or would you like to make it with a free picture? Yeah, that's also something that everyone likes, as I know. Who loves writing minutes in a meeting? Really? I can't do that. I don't like that. So that's perfect. There are 2 tools, MeetGeek or TLDB. They are free. And then you have about, I don't know, I think 5 hours per month that you can record meetings and get the transcript and the minutes. And these 2 are really great because also when we talk in dialect, Carinthian dialect, Upper Austrian dialect, it really understands well. So we get really good minutes. There are only some points. Only when you forget to choose the right language. So when we let English there as basic language and then we talk German, it doesn't work really well. But usually Yeah, that's really great. If you want to work with students in a data protected environment, so that the students can try several tools, then I can recommend you two platforms. They are originally for schools, but we can use them also at university. The one is Schul-KI, where you have a certain amount of free tokens that you can use with your group, and the students remain anonymous. And the other one is Phobis, which is also which has many webinars and courses in there all around the topic of AI, digitalization in education, in teaching. Here you can see some points, some assistance that students can also try there. You can create here a classroom. Only for, in the free version, only for 24 hours, but it's enough for when you use it in one course. And then the students can use these tools, but you will not see what they are doing. And they can try their own things, be it creating pictures or text or whatever. Or the other possibility would be to use tools without registration. Perplexity or Yukon are similar to ChatGPT. They are chatbots. There you can already get, in the first step, the right references. So this is more scientific, more serious on the first side. And it also proposes always some examples for follow-up questions. So you can have a conversation with these tools, always taking the proposed questions and continue in that way. Yeah, that was teaching with AI in practice. And the next point is research with AI help. This is a figure from a UNESCO report on how to use ChatGPT in higher education. You can see you can use it for research design, for data collection, data analysis, for writing. And if you want to know more, you have here it is. So you will get the presentation and you can read it through. So everything that you do in research, you can support really the whole research process. How do I do that? That is a tool, Research Buddy, that helps me getting an overview on a topic. It has several parts, so it starts by the topic, then it delivers some titles of papers or book chapters or whatever. I can also add the abstracts. And in the middle, I have a visualization of that. I can have a graph there, or I can have a timeline. As you can see in this case, I asked for AI in education, I think for AI in research, and you can see in 2023, there are the most papers cured. And on the right side, then I have the preview or the abstract of the paper I marked. Yeah. That's for getting overview. The next thing is literature review or searching for literature. There are several tools, maybe SciSpace, which is free of cost. It is browser-based, and there is also an extension for the browser. You can enter their research questions or topics, and it search for relevant literature. And you can extract also data from PDFs if you have them, or get the help of an AI co-pilot for reading and also writing. And you have a paraphraser there, so you can change your abstracts if you want. It works really, really well, and you get then a table as an overview with the papers and authors and abstract and also results. And the same or similar is Cite, also a browser-based tool. And that's what I like most, because you enter a question or a topic, and then you get already an abstract on the first 10, 12 papers with the references there. You copy that, enter it or paste it in Word, and you have the whole abstract with the references and below all the references in, I think, upper side. And the best thing is on the right side, you can see always, if you click on a reference in the text, you have it then on the right side and you see the context. Not only the reference, but also really the whole paragraph where you can find the information. And I think that's really, really good and helpful.
Well, obviously you can only use those sources that are publicly available.
Yes, that's true.
So if it's not open access,
It's not, you
Well,
find
you
open
should.
access, you find, but also all papers where there is a PDF or a file in the internet, a preprint, for example.
So also from this.
Yeah, so everything that is open, because several authors upload their papers, maybe in ResearchGate. So preprints or so, and then you can get them too.
But it's also preprint.
So,
Besides then the preprint and not the.
yeah, that's true, yeah.
But it's also possible to upload the paper even from your own.
Yeah, that's also possible, yeah. You also in this tool, you can upload your papers and then do things with these papers. You can extract data or summarize them.
if you, let's assume it's not open access, yeah? So there's copyrighted by the publisher and you load it up as it's just mentioned. Will it then be part of some kind of a public knowledge for all the AI machines? Is this
Not really.
not really? Okay.
Not really. I think there are the problems, sure, because AI wants to be trained, and if it gets new information, it would use it for training and add this information. That's the intention of AI always. But in several tools, there are restrictions. Sometimes you can switch off this training, like in ChatGPT. I don't remember how I did that inside. I can't tell it now immediately, but usually you cannot search between in the last in the searching history there, and it is not open and will not be used for training. But I think it's like everything in the internet. If someone is good and hacking things, then maybe. So my personal solution is that if it's not interesting for any people, then it's okay like that. If I want that it is that I can hide it or so, or I use it only for a certain course or so, then I upload the data, do what I want to do, summarize or whatever, and then I delete it quite immediately, so after 5-6 minutes. And then the danger is not so,
No, I mean, what I'm thinking is, I mean, not really of using it, but it's like, it's like a Google search, isn't it? You want to be on, in terms of the machine, you want to be on top.
yeah.
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 So what you're suggesting basically is that you upload everything ruthlessly in a PDF version, wherever,
Yeah.
ResearchGate or wherever, to get some kind of mention there to boost the citations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to do that, I mean, we do it very generously. We have at the JQU that, that with some publishers we have this agreement that this is, I don't know who came up with that idea, but it costs.
Super expensive.
Yeah, super expensive, yeah. But at British universities, you have to upload the beta version to make it publicly available, because this is one of the requirements of the research exercise framework. So you always have the beta version out there in public, but we don't have it yet.
Don't we have a JQ, like a preprint server where we can upload stuff? I think there is one. I think it's really there already. Yeah.
But the thing is, the publishers are okay with this.
Yeah, they are okay.
Yeah, okay,
It
with
has to be
the-
like
with
a
beta
free
version, yeah.
print, we have notes on paper that it's the free print, but they're okay with it.
Yeah,
Maybe we can something similar. There are plans of JKU to offer JKU-wide campus solution for academic GPT. Also with some areas that are really close and safe. And yeah, so let's see. But it's in work. They are discussing, they are preparing, they are searching for tools, and let's see how long that will last. Yes, once again, Harbor AI for reading and summarizing. I really love the tool. Another tool is Ask Your PDF. The original tool was only to read in PDFs and to summarize them and answer some questions. But now you can upload several data files. So you can upload PowerPoint presentations or TXT files or CSV files. So you can really do more. And you can create there a knowledge base with your own data, with your own papers, or also with other papers, open access papers. You can make a knowledge base for certain topics. A topic, in my case, I did it for AI in education. You can upload 10 papers for that. That's also closed. So normally, nobody could reach that. And then you can analyze or ask questions across these papers. With 10 papers on one topic, and you can ask and compare some points. That's really great. So for courses, when you offer teaching materials for the students, that's a good solution. So you can really chat with your knowledge base then. That's my example here for AI in education. It offers also some proposals for questions that you could ask, but you can do whatever you want. Summarize, give bullet points or takeaways, or ask really specific questions. If you need feedback or review, or want to give feedback or review, then Academic GPT is a nice tool. And I'm really surprised about that. I tried that with several types of data. So I tried it with a PhD proposal, with a project proposal, and with our own papers. First, I read them on my own, and I made some notes for my critics and my comments. And then I uploaded it to Academic GPT and got the feedback. It was really great. It was quite the same that I thought, but it was much more, forward sentences and so on. So it's really great to give such a feedback, but not only for us to give feedback to the student. I think that for the student, it's a great opportunity when they are in the first semesters, or when they write the first paper. Maybe they need help, so they can improve writing. They can get feedback before they submit it in a journal or to us. Or to us, yeah.
Can you say whether the review should be nasty or nice?
Yeah, you can have certain points there. You can see also, you can have a limit for language, for the coherence, or certain points.
What is the difference between write?
Write doesn't work. I don't know why. I tried it several times. I think that will be the next feature. Yeah. Yes, and another point, data analysis. So working with data in which context ever. So what I use often is this Ask Your PDF. When I have questions across several papers or specific questions, I can extract data also there. And then there is also a ChatGPT plugin, or I use ChatGPT and Excel. And that's really great. We have several Excel files with data, with results from questionnaires. And if you are in your first year of research, maybe your pre-doc students, you can ask ChatGPT, which research questions can I have here, or what can you read in these data? What can you analyze? What are the main results? Which aspects can I investigate there? So I get really proposals for formulating research questions, for investigating certain aspects. And it also can produce new Excel sheets. So if I have an Excel sheet where some rows are missing, or some columns are missing, or some free cells or so, it can really refine also the data and analyze the data and structure it. And yeah, then the output could also be a new Excel sheet or a PowerPoint or another presentation. And there is also a custom GPT called Data Analysis and Report AI, which is especially trained for data analysis. Yeah, at the end, some tools and links and short references. Yeah, I thank you very much for your attention. I hope you some information, some things that you maybe could use and try out. I'm open for questions now. Please.
Thank you for your lecture. And I have to admit, I'm not an active AI user, but I receive papers from students. Some of them are clearly AI generated. How can we make sure that AI don't make up something, because this is the main problem so far that I perceive, that they hand in something which is not 100% true.
Yeah, that's true. So AI is powerful, but as I said, we have to pay attention to several things and we have to be careful, and that's what we have to teach our students.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone should really learn. So there is also the term of AI literacy now. I think it's even more important than the digital literacy that we already know. But the one thing is dealing with these tools and working with them and getting results and so on. But the other thing is thinking about them. So the most important things, in my opinion, are the first, learning how to prompt, learning how to give good instructions so that we get the right results. And the other thing is critical thinking. Every time, everywhere, always checking, is that really true? So when I get the result, okay, it sounds great. It's perfectly formulated and I have a really nice text with reference and everything. I would never use that one-to-one. And that is what I also tell my students. Get it, read it through, adapt it, but always check on another site, in another tool, on another website, in another search form or whatever, and check if the references are correct. We tried that with students in a grammar school, 16 years old, in Spanish lessons. We told them, please make a portfolio on famous Spanish or Spanish-speaking people. And please use ChatGPT for your brain. Yes. And then they get such a list of things that they should be pay attention to. Critical thinking, checking references, checking other websites, if that's really true, and so on. And at the end, they were glad to do that. And they told that this was a great experience. But it was much more work than only doing it in a traditional way, because they had to check so many things. But I think it is necessary to do that. AI is here and it won't disappear. And the students will work with that. And so we have to adapt our teaching, I think, our tasks that we give to the students, our homework that we give them. Because when you only tell them, please write an essay about XY, then we get 80% from ChatGPT or other tools. So we have to use it maybe consciously and say, please write an abstract, then create an abstract or a paper with ChatGPT and then compare it and then reflect it and then check what is the difference. Where is it good? Where is it not good? So we have to be careful what we want our students to do.
Well, we do that since last semester.
Yeah.
In all our courses. And so far, I would say it's very interesting because most of them are great. Some of them don't like the computer, though. Yeah. And mostly, like, we use it also in the exams. This was a try last semester. And I had my, it was a take-home exam. And I had a Zoom open, you know, and most of them came in and said, well, ChatGPT is not telling me anything, what should I do now?
Doing it too.
So it's really difficult for them to, I think, and actually also the feedback was really hard. So this now we are guiding them more. They need more guidance.
Yeah.
And Professor Kremser made a design for a research seminar where they learn all these tools step by step. They really need guidance like they are like 6-year-old. My 16-year-old niece is better, much better than most of us. They are really, they have to learn how to use it, but it's probably the same how they need to learn Excel and PowerPoint and whatever, now they need to learn ChatGPT.
And that's only one side, to learn how to use the tool.
Yeah.
The other side is to learn all the other things around critical thinking, computational thinking, algorithmic thinking, because there's a certain logic in there and that is what students have to learn from the first year of school on, I think. And we have to learn it too. Yeah. But the students already use it. So I don't know, I've read several studies and results. I think so about 75% of the students already use ChatGPT. Yeah, maybe more, I don't know. Yeah. Some use it in a really useful way. For example, give me some ideas for the title of my paper. That's great. Or give me 5 sentences. How could I start my paper? What would be the best first sentence? That's what I need. The title. And then I'm sitting and thinking, oh, I better start now.
I have a question. I have you, the Professor Keller, please stand.
Careful what comes next.
Please stand. Please give me some questions.
Yeah.
And just give me advice, no?
Yeah.
So you are Professor Keller.
Yeah.
So you don't have to make the exam anymore.
Well, what I'm struggling with a bit is what these tools do very nicely is that they substitute some kind of a highly intellectual skill. I think we're supposed to teach our students the very simple, most simple things. You read the text, you comprehend what's in it, you summarize it, and then, and I'm sure, I don't know what it's like with you, but you know, and then on top, have a critical view on that.
Yeah.
So we leave some of this, or we could leave some of this to the machine, with the effect that we won't learn, or we forget to do that. So me as an old bag, so I will forget this skill. I would lose some kind of ability to do that. Or writing a review. We have to read sometimes this crap from your colleagues, or the previous work of your colleagues. And there's so much more than giving just feedback. It's about learning from it. And saying, oh, that's a mistake. Oh, Well, very well done. I have to remember that for my next paper. Yeah, or taking comments from a reviewer that you got to another review. So you pass on knowledge to someone else.
Yeah.
You just receive.
Yeah.
So the question is what will come out at the end of the day of the year? So when we talk about high school students, young researchers, or even some kind of old profs like myself, what will there not be a danger that we start losing or not even establishing intellectual skills? I mean, this is why people come to universities, and you know, I don't even want to think of the Fachhochschule. They are not even now. It's a school, bloody school, nothing else. Critical thinking is for idiots.
The
Yeah,
problem is
so-
that they don't learn critical thinking
Yeah.
in school, because if they do that, the teachers would say, please be quiet, because the teachers don't like that. So every teacher and the whole school system should be, reformed, I say. We have to change our lessons. We have to change our, how we teach, what we teach. And we have to pay attention to several skills that are not only learning something by heart, or reading the text, or summarizing it, or subject-specific competences, but all the other things that we do not teach usually, like critical thinking.
I think you have a good point here, and actually we are in the middle of the discussion what you were saying. We're going, what we have discussed now for several years. We have this discussion from lecture to flipped classroom design. And now I think it's the next level, actually. And the role of the teacher is changing.
Yes.
We are not the expert anymore, we are the one guiding critical.
Moderator.
Yes, and I think we are just writing an article about Müller and myself about how is teaching changing in strategic leadership, coming from this lecture. If you are a lecturer and there comes AI, then I'm with you, then AI is really dangerous, because you can forget everything about grading, the assessment and everything. If you are a teacher in the classroom design, well, AI is wonderful. Yes. It does everything you just told us.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing is, what are we as teachers? Are we the ones moderating and helping our students to become really critical, I don't know, leaders, maybe, hopefully? Or are we the wise man with the white hair? I just colored it to be red again.
Like it.
I think that's the next question.
What is this? What do you make of the following? You know,
Yeah.
now you know at the Auhof, you know, everyone gets their iPad and whatever, yeah. And then a couple of months ago, I heard that the Swedes, they go back.
Yeah.
They say, no, forget this. You know, my little one, he's 10. At the Avis, they have this.
Yeah.
I think it's crap.
Yeah.
It's complete crap.
Yeah.
They don't use pencil anymore. Where's the creativity? Okay, this machine can do some of them, but using your hand. Maybe I'm so backwards, but
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
problem is that all the people who are deciding what we use in school, such that these devices, these are not people who really have practice in teaching.
Yeah.
Because if you are a teacher,
Yes, come
if
from
you
industry,
know
yeah.
how it works, how students work, how they are, and what we can do in one lesson, then you would never say everyone needs a device. And so, sure, one of maybe for 2 classes we have devices at school in a room closed. And then if we need it, maybe in one lesson in Spanish or in another, then we take them and then we try them and then we work with them. But not that the students get all the devices, they take them at home, they only work with them. And the teachers, that's another problem, most of the teachers don't like to work with these devices.
Yeah.
And then one teacher maybe is in 3 different schools, and everywhere is another device, and the teachers don't get the devices. So they have an iPad, and they have a Chromebook, and then they have a Windows, and on their own they have a MacBook. So what to do now? If they want to put their lessons Yeah, also, they,
It's humorous.
it's there, yeah, there are many problems, and I think, as long as, politicians will decide what we should do at school, that will be better, we will get better.
The question is, what do we do with the students? The
Yeah.
students have gone through your school
Yeah.
systems. They are here,
Mm.
coming here 18, 19 years old. They have learned, we do what our teacher is telling us,
Yeah.
our white-haired teacher.
Please don't think on
And-
your own, please don't be
Yes.
critical.
And I can tell you, it's really, really hard to do classroom design. It's so hard. We tried in most of our classes now. We start with the lecture coming a little bit closer to the classroom. And at the end, we really try to prepare them. And I even we have exams now, the last exam, we have book, we have an open book, and this is leadership. And they don't understand that in there, it's so hard to make them responsible for their learning.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's their learning. And so it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
So have you any ideas what
Yeah,
help?
I have several tricks because I've been at school for more than 20 years and do teacher training for more than 20 years. So I know every educational setting.
Thank you very much.
And it is, so you have to take care about all these topics in each lesson. You have to check how are the students. So you have to have empathy, you know, and that's the most important thing, because then you can put the student in the center of your teaching. And you can see that there is a heterogeneity there, and you can deal with that. That's what teachers should learn. And unfortunately, not, you know, I think that there are less than 50% can do that. Because it would never fit one for everyone, and we often have to explain them what we are doing and why we are doing that. And sometimes things work really well, and then when we do the same in another group, it doesn't work. You know that? Yeah.
May I have one question? Is it shown to them?
Yeah.
Danke für Nein, ich arbeite mit ChatGPT 4. Ich liebe es, was ist für dich im wissenschaftlichen Sinn der größte Effektivität, also Effizienz, Effektivität, beides Gewinn? Was würdest du als erstes von uns empfehlen im wissenschaftlichen Bereich?
Im wissenschaftlichen Bereich.
Ja.
Also ich würde sagen, definitiv Brainstorming. Mit dem